Hi, it's me, Ro, author of Speaking from Spirit, and here is your March 2022 Energy Alert. So, March is a 9 global month in a 6 global year. The 9 resonates a lot with endings, completions, things coming to an end, letting go of things. It is a time of release, whether we're doing it willingly or whether things just let go on their own. It's a karmic consequence month, meaning that the bill comes due, or what we have been doing, now the consequences of those choices and action become apparent. Now, this is not necessarily a bad thing. So think about if you have been diligently watching what you're eating and exercising, this would be the month where you would see the process of that coming to fruition. You'd see the reward. You'd reap the reward. Consequently, if you've been neglecting anything, if you have been not watching your diet, or not exercising, or eating a lot of things that are not good for you, then your body will be playing out that story in one way or another, whether that's a health issue or whether that is a weight issue or something like that. So this month, there's reward or consequences for the choices and the actions that we've been taking for the past 9 months before, at least, for at least that time. Now, sometimes things come to an end in this month, and because there is the sixth theme of this year, which is all about relationships and love, sometimes there's endings to relationships or a shift of some kind. And so I want you to remember that we're always connected from the heart. We're always connected soul to soul, even if the form of the relationship ends, or even if we're not in a body. The souls of us are always connected. We'll always stay connected, even if something comes to an end within the relationship. It could also be an ending to how we do relationship patterns that maybe are no longer serving us. So if we have had any unhealthy patterns or any fear-based ego, control, manipulation, agendas, things like that, even when they come from the best places, our love, our concern, our worry, things like that. Sometimes in this month, especially in that 6 year, the dynamic or the way we relate may be changing. Now, anytime that there is an ending of any kind, even when we want it, right? When we graduate high school and get ready for our life, or go to college, or go out into the workforce, we may be a little grievish, right? Grieving, sorry, I should say it like that. We may be a little grieving, right? That we're letting go of something, even if we want to, even if we're thrilled. This is great. I can't wait to get out of here. There's always a little grieving process that goes on with that. So March may be a little bit of a melancholy month as we adjust to things that we're letting go of in preparation of new things that may be starting. Now, and just honor all of your feelings. 9 also resonates with rewards. So whatever you have been doing your due diligence with, or putting effort into, or making consistent choices towards, the reward would come due this month. You would see the fruition of your actions again. Now, 9 also resonates with the energy of forgiveness. So if there's anybody that you have to forgive, especially yourself, this is the month to do it. 9 resonates with a tremendous amount of compassion. And so this is the month to feel the fullness of the compassion in your heart and to activate that. And in that compassion, there is a neutralization of wounds, and that leads to acceptance, which to me is really what forgiveness is. It's just accepting what is or what was, And then there is no more need to forgive anything. It just all becomes okay. It doesn't mean we condone it. It doesn't mean we stay putting up with bad behavior on our part or on someone else's. It just means that we're not fighting against it anymore. Now, the compassion is in our fourth chakra, in our heart chakra. So I want you to think of your heart as four different levels. So first is that physical heart, right? It beats, it has electrical impulses, it pumps the blood to our body. When it stops, we die. Basically, we die, where the body stops getting oxygen and blood supply, so we eventually die. Then we have the emotional heart. The emotional heart is where we feel all of our human emotions, every one of them, from happiness and joy to miserableness and sadness and anger and jealousy and resentment and bitterness, all of them. And sometimes we don't allow ourselves to feel our emotions, and they get stored somewhere in our body. But when we do feel them, we feel them on the heart level. When we do, when we pay attention to them, they will speak to us on that heart level. And the idea is to go beyond just the human emotion and find the compassion that lies beneath. There's also the third heart, which I call the heart of knowing. That's like our intuition. That is our intuitive knowing, right? So when you say, I just feel like this feels right, or I just feel like this doesn't feel right, and it's not a logical response, it's an intuitive knowing of something. It feels to me like, and that would be the words that you would use. And you notice I close my eyes and touch my heart. It gets me out of my left thinking logical brain and into my heart of knowing. And then I can feel what feels true on an intuitive level. Then there's the fourth heart. And not everybody can get here, I will tell you. But the fourth heart is the mystical heart. The mystical heart, while we all have one, is an infinite well of love, compassion, joy. It has no end, and it is not emotion. It is energy. And when we can get past all of this minutia here on earth, when we can get past what looks like all this suffering and struggle and pain, when we can get past blame and our tribalism and our ego identities and our ego fears and our victim consciousness and anger and rage, when we can get past all of that, so you can see how it's hard, and go into that mystical heart and really just accept that everything is in divine right order, no matter what it looks like, and that everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be, and that we're always divinely guided and protected. And when we really know that and ground to that, no matter what the chaos is on the outside, we can then tap into that mystical heart, activate its energy, and then carry it and channel it in this world. Now there's where we become a force for change. So you could close your eyes and just tap into that, just knowing that it's there, that it's this well of love and compassion and joy, and wake it up and let it come up in your being, so that you then now vibrate in that energy and then bring that energy out into this world. All right, so let's see what cards that we have for us, what the angels want to say for us. So I'm going to pull from the Angel Guide Oracle deck first by Kyle Gray. And I'm going to ask, what is the message for us, for all of us that are listening to this? What is our message this month from the angel guides? What do they want us to know? How do they want to help us for this month of March? Let's see what they have to say. Take charge and take action. Ooh. Well, March is going to be full of passion if we're in our heart, that's for sure. So um, if we're in our heart, that's the key to that statement. Take charge. Don't be afraid to take charge or be strong at this time. Sometimes we have to take control in order to be respected and honored. If you feel that your current situation is moving in a direction that isn't serving you, or your joy, or your purpose, the message of this card is to put your foot down now. You don't need to be aggressive, but you do need clarity now, and unless you step in, it won't unfold. So be a good example. Respect yourself. Lead rather than be led. If you're wondering whether to make the next move in a particular situation, this card encourages you to do so. Often angels find it difficult to support us fully unless we make the first move. Meet them halfway now by showing your commitment to moving forward. Well, I keep thinking about the current world events, and this is certainly appropriate that we may have to step in and take charge and take action. Okay, so for us personally, that is being asked for any place in our life where we feel discontent. Funny, I just had this conversation with someone this morning that I was talking to, and about it not being aggressive, but being firm, assertive, and very clear and grounded in your third chakra center of, I know who I am, I know what I stand for. And then you're not coming from force, bullying, or aggression. You're coming from clarity. All right. Next deck of cards I'm going to pull from is the Animal Spirit Oracle cards by Colette Baron Reed. And I'm going to ask this deck, which animal spirit is with us this month that may be helping us or guiding us? There's the card sticking right out for me right away. And it is the frog spirit. Clear the clutter. Oh, well, this goes along with spring cleaning, which I have really been doing anyway already. Clearing out clutter, getting my house in order always makes me clear in my head. It makes me function. And in feng shui, it is a mirror to get me getting clear in my head, that my space would reflect that. Frog, where are you? Okay. Frog spirit knows that while all of the other frogs are croaking away, this is a time for you to simplify and declutter your life so that you can feel content on your own lily pad. Even when life isn't creating a total cacophony, we can become drawn to the excitement of lots of noise. Then the next thing we know, our schedules and homes are cluttered with commitments we regret making and objects taking up valuable space. Even relationships need decluttering as they often become messy. Frog Spirit appears to tell you to clean house. Prioritize what you need and get rid of or give away the rest so that you can have some space in your day and in your head. You don't need the old stuff and its stories shouting out about your past. Along with physical decluttering, declutter friendships are sometimes needed, and sometimes we keep them past their expiration date, weighing us down with unnecessary baggage. Now's the time to let go of what no longer serves you. Whatever you need will appear when you need it. So release your grip on all that clutter that is making you feel anxious and burdened. Frog Spirit wants you to reclaim your space unencumbered by shoulds, oughts, and could have beens. Let go and jump. You are free from all of that old stuff. That certainly goes along with the 9. And when we let go of the past, when we let go of what we think we should have done, and we move into acceptance, which again leads to forgiveness, we activate even further that mystical heart. All right, Frog, we're on it. I like how this one mentioned relationships too. It goes with the theme. All right, so new moon in Pisces on March 2nd. So talk about mystical and compassionate heart. Definitely tap into that and ask for what it is that will make you happy and feel content. Move into any place that you have to forgive yourself. Pull a ho'oponopono, which is, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Well, in some kind of order like that. And say it for whatever that you feel responsible for, and say it to yourself. We have a full moon in Virgo on March 18th. That is going to be very grounding, very steady. It is going to help us kind of get our feet back on the ground. Now, Virgo adds a lot of organization, practicality, logical thinking. It's about taking charge of our health and our body. So this is a good month to really get your plans in order and get a regimen started and to get yourself set. So again, declutter, clear out, make room, dust off your treadmills so that we can begin to use them and use that Virgo energy to help us. I do have a couple of free library events this month. They are virtual. One is on March 10th with the Nanuet Library. We're going to talk about past lives. So talk about reclaiming and finishing up some past things. This would be a great time to do it, a 9-month finishing up the past. Then we also have March 24th, Cedar Grove Public Library, and we're talking about understanding and activating healing from a completely multifaceted perspective. And that's right after that Virgo full moon about health and healing. I swear I did not plan this. Somebody else is much smarter than me that puts this schedule together, I guess. So you could go to my website to register for those, www.rosemarierubinetti.com. You can also look on my website about this wonderful online spiritual community that I have and find out how to become a member of that. It's a great group. We meet once a month. We do a lot of cool things. So again, all that is on my website. So that's kind of it. There's going to be some endings, some completions, some we want, maybe some unexpected, all good. Feel your feelings about them, process it, let it go, move on. That's the best way to use this energy this month. All right, so it's almost spring, 3 weeks. So I will see you next in the springtime. But in the meantime, it's me, Ro, and I am wishing you peace.